to my living room. My name is Dave Hoover. I teach Karate and Tai Chi at the Woolwich Memorial Centre in Elmira. Here under quarantine, classes are being taught right here. So typically when we teach a class, classes are 45 minutes to an hour of some stretching, a very brief meditation, some moving Qigong, and then a Tai Chi set or two or three, followed by teaching and breaking down one of the sets and working on specific elements of the set. In this video, you'll see a little bit of stretching, just a little bit to get us started, and then a handful of moving Qigong exercises and a very simple beginner Tai Chi set that will give you a sample of what Tai Chi is like and how we move and some of the concepts through it. I talk a little bit during the session as I do during class, hopefully not too much, but enough to give you a taste of what Tai Chi is like. So enjoy, stay strong, and we'll all get through this together. Let's start with warming up. Roll the head. Shoulders forward. And back. Or all that cracking. Might be a little sore today. Shoulders forward. Big circles. Nice and easy. Palms up, fingers back. Roll the other way. Now, Tai Chi is one of those few exercises that you can always do. I don't care how injured or sore or whatever might be going on, the Tai Chi you can modify. So if one shoulder is particularly sore, I might have just rolled one shoulder and let the other one just hang. To the side. Breathe in. Other side. I always start out with light stretching though, because if you want to maximize performance, you want to be loose and limber. And so, it's the same as with, any activity. Running, I could go for a run. Sometimes I go for a run and I don't bother stretching. Well, if I stretch a little bit before I run, guess what? I do a heck of a lot better. Inhale, other back corner. Breathe in, hang down. So Tai Chi, because it is soft, fluid motions, you can, sometimes I do, Tai Chi without stretching ahead of time. But if I want to maximize the benefit of it, a few simple stretches make all the difference. Good. Swing up one vertebrae at a time. Good. I also like a full body stretch, like what we're very briefly doing here, because they give you a sense of, if you have something that's a little stiff or sore, you can be aware of that. And then as you're doing your Tai Chi, be very more mindful of that element, right? So if one of my wrists was bothering me as I was rolling here, I'd go, oh, that's a little sore today. And I could pay a little bit more attention to it while I was doing my set. Left side forward, rocking heel to toe. So we're still just warming up. So warming up the lower body, rocking back on your heels, up on your toes. Your left leg is in front, your left hand is out, fingertips up. Warm up palm, gently bend it back. Again, here we're just warming up. Just loosening up the joints. Fingertips down, extend it. Fingertips up, thumb towards you, twist the thumb away. Many of us have had professions where we've had to work at a keyboard or other activities that repetitively strain the joints, repetitive strain injury. And so these simple stretches, tend to lengthen the ligaments. Shake it off, other side forward. As we get older, our ligaments shorten. That's why we become less flexible. And so it's important to maintain that flexibility by stretching, by working the body. We are meant to move. So it's important that we keep moving. Fingertips down. Up, thumb towards you, twist the thumb away. Extend it further away. Palm up, thumb down, twist it away. And L it in. Good, shake that off. Left side forward, long front leaning stance. So again, it's just stretching, and so you're sinking your stance, feeling that through. You're getting a stretch through your back calf muscle and your front quad, and then lean into it and lifting with the hands. So now you're stretching the legs as well as the upper body all at the same time. Twisting the palm out. Good, straighten the back, flare the elbows overhead, sink the stance, pushing your elbows back. Again, still just stretching. Just upper and lower body at the same time. Horse stance, pushing your hands back. Nice deep horse stance, drop your butt. Hands back, twisting the wrists out. Reverse that front leaning stance. Lean away from that very straight front leg. Really expand. Eagle arms. Circle. And push. Switch sides, left side forward. Still just stretching. Right leg out, long front leaning stance. Right hand out, palm out. Twisting it out. Lean into that stance, lifting with the hands. Nice flat back. Lifting. Should feel your back calf muscle at the same time as up through your shoulders. Good. Turn the back heel out. Sink and pushing your elbows back overhead. Good. Horse stance. Expand the chest again. Pushing the arms out. Really dropping your butt down. Really feel that across your chest. Good. And then reversing that front leaning stance. Nice deep stance. Reverse. Circle. And push. Good. Last couple stretches. Feet together. And up. Inhale. Exhale, lean. Look at that skyward hand. Inhale. A little further. And a little further yet. And switch. Inhale up. Exhale down. And a little further. And a little further yet. Good. All right. Now we'll get into some moving Qigong. So start with the left side forward. If you want to mirror me and have your right side forward, that's perfectly okay. You're going to start with just the one hand. So you can inhale and exhale. So you want to start to time your breath with the movement. So as you draw in, you're inhaling. As you're moving out, you're exhaling. Long, slow inhale. Even longer exhale. Rolling at your center. Now, with all of Tai Chi, you want to be moving from the core, from your center. So everything should be nice and relaxed. You want to use the major muscles to do as much of the work as possible, and the minor muscles to do as little of the work as possible. So if you think in terms of picking something up, when I pick something up, I don't pick it up because that puts a lot of strain on my back. I pick it up like so. I pick it up, I move, I keep my spine straight, and I move my body as one. When I do all of my movements in Tai Chi, and it's no different than hockey or baseball or anything really, I use my core, I use my center. And so I always want to be, very focused on moving from my center. All right, back to exercise. Less chatter, more Tai Chi. Rolling. Good. So this is a slight variation on what we were just doing. Now you're rolling at the center first and then expanding. So when I'm doing these in class, then I'll say, don't stop because I stopped. Keep going, keep going. I'll keep talking, but you keep moving. Long, slow inhale. Long, soft exhale. One more each side. I always like to begin the classes, begin my sessions with moving Qigong as opposed to a full Tai Chi set. Okay, now with both hands together, because I want to get into that flow. I want to start to feel my energy. In fact, as I like to start my classes with stretching. So we typically start with 10, 15 minutes of stretching, followed by um, a seated or standing, typically an energy meditation. And then we do the moving Qigong, and then we do the Tai Chi Set, or 2 or 3, depending on the day. Inhale, flip the top hand, push it on the top of the arm, draw up, and push. Good. Inhale and expand, flip the top hand, push the energy on the top of the arm, draw up, and push. Good. So, nice and soft and relaxed. So Qigong fits into the camp of internal arts like Tai Chi, Bagua, Xingyi. Sorry, I fixed camera there. And what I like about the moving Qigong as a precursor to Tai Chi sets is because it develops that flow where in a Tai Chi set, every move is different. The set we'll be doing today actually has nice repetitions which make it a little bit easier. Pushing with the opposite hand. Inhale as you drop. Exhale as you push. The moving Qigong, because it's repetitive, it helps myself and students get into that rhythm, get into that flow. And it allows you to practice some of the fundamentals of the Tai Chi set in a precursor to actually doing the set. So this one, for example, as I'm pushing, notice I'm not lifting my heel off. That heel stays down. So I inhale up, I exhale, and I push, and I sink. And so my energy, I'm connected to the ground. I'm driving forward. The Tai Chi push, so I'm leading with my fingertips. Nice and soft and relaxed. And I'm sinking by sinking my weight, sinking my stance. So Tai Chi was originally, and in some circles is still considered, a fighting art, an internal art, but it's always been internal art. And so as a fighting concept, I'm sinking so I'm driving my energy forward. I don't want my heel off, so my energy would flow back. I want it to all go forward. So sometimes it helps to think of the external benefits, external constructs, while working on the internal energy. Last one. This time, draw along your arm and roll. Exhale and push. Draw along your arm and roll. Always you want to time your breath with your movement. You want to bring your 3 rhythms all into alignment. So the rhythm of your breathing, your heart rate, and the pulse of your central nervous system. But first, just start with your breath and your movement. That's the easiest one. Exhale as you push out. Inhale as you draw in. So, and again, the concepts, the breath concepts in Tai Chi aren't mystical or esoteric. They're very fundamental. If you're working out in the gym and you were lifting weights, as you push the weight away, you exhale as you exert. You never hold your breath when you're lifting weights. All right, and so breathe up, side to side. So you're gonna put the horse's mane, collapse, come to center, horse's mane. Center. 2 rabbits playing in the backyard here.
Okay, this time, you're going to push in your forearm, your wrist, and sink and uproot. Same thing other side, push in your forearm, your wrist, sink and uproot. Forearm, wrist, sink and uproot. Never breathe as loudly as I'm breathing now. I'm doing that so that hopefully some of the audio comes through and you can hear how I'm timing my breath with my movement. Even as I catch myself moving more faster than I would if I was actually doing the set. You really want to slow the movement and the breath down. Which is another reason why I start off the classes and my sessions with the moving Qigong first, because it allows me to slowly synchronize my breath with the movement and get into that rhythm. We get caught up in the busyness of the day, the stresses and everything we're thinking about, and as our mind races, we tend to, lose ourselves in the movements and not be very present. Tai Chi focuses on the present. You want to be very, very present. And so when doing seated meditation, you'll often, like one of the most common meditations is focusing on your breath. With Tai Chi, we're coordinating that with our movement. So normally we'd go through in a class a little bit more moving Qigong, but today, because trying to keep this video very accessible and reasonable, we're shortening things up. Then, so there's a few handful of moving Qigong, and now we're going to do a Tai Chi set. This is a beginner set that is, if you've never done Tai Chi before, it'll seem complicated, but trust me, by Tai Chi standards, this is a very, very short set. So anyways, here we go. So start by centering yourself. I like to start with just one finger. Just focus your breath on that one finger for a second or two. A few deep breaths. It's the easiest way to feel your energies, just that index finger. And then flare your fingertips, so it's as if you're holding mason jars, but your fingertips are flared. I'm going to talk a little bit before I get started, but then when I do the set, I won't actually talk at all. And then after the set, I will walk through and talk through some tools that may help you learn the set if you want to practice it, watch the video over and learn it more clearly. So the last few things I'll say before we move is, it's nice to think about the visualization of a willow tree is always powerful, because, think of a tree. A tree is rooted in the ground, the earth shakes, the trunk vibrates, the branches sway, and finally the leaves move. Everything is from the ground up, right? And so from Tai Chi, that flow of energy, will flow. We have some movements which you think of X, Y, and Z. If you think of a boat with roll, pitch, and yaw, that's how our bodies move. Our bodies move in all these directions. And in Tai Chi, that roll, pitch, and yaw, you'll see all of that in how we move. Everything's then slow and soft. Enough yammering. Here we go. Center yourself. A few deep breaths. Make sure your knees are slightly bent, shoulders are back, chin is slightly tucked. Feel as if a string is pulling up the crown of your head. Throughout the exercise, make sure your back is very straight, your knees are soft, and stay relaxed. And remember, Tai Chi is an internal art. It's not an external art. In the external arts, such as karate, I'll talk some more. In the external arts, such as karate, we're focused very much on stance, on posture, on making sure everything is exactly so. Everything, we focus on very simple basics and build up from that, and working on your external musculature. Tai Chi is about energy. Tai Chi is about how you feel. If you're doing this entirely wrong, but you feel really good, that's good Tai Chi. You want to develop that energy. All right. This time we'll actually start, I promise. A few deep breaths. Breathe up. And again. Good. Very good. Making sure we're still recording here. Not actually sure we are still recording. So, there is a very short beginner set that you can practice on your own. Here, I'm now going to walk through the set, giving you some audible cues to help you remember. All of these movements and postures have traditional Chinese names. Standing pole. I'm not going to go through all the Chinese names because they don't have the same meaning to us, and so they're hard to remember. So instead, I'm going to give you some Canadianized names. All right, so we start off under a palm tree. Palm trees by the ocean, 3 waves crash on the shore. You wave once, you wave twice, you wave 3 times. 2 horses are playing on the waves. You pet the first horse. This move is actually called part of the horse's mane. So I try to stay as consistent as possible, but you pet the second horse. Then you send them away. You're pushing your forearm, your wrist, and you sink in a brute. But they're big horses and they don't want to go, and so you must crack the whip. This is single whip, so again, try to stay close. So you crack the whip. You step to the north. And you draw back to the west where you see an eagle spread its wings. The eagle is a rope. You grab the rope, but it's a big eagle and it pulls you forward. You don't like that much, so you sew your foot to the floor. Jumped, punch, flowers from your fingertips. Go back and brush. Go back and brush all the way around. Under a crescent moon. Kind of looks like a moon. In the clouds. 1, 2, and 3. Step out one more single whip to a sideways figure 8 or an infinity sign. All the way down to a snake creeps down. Under the palm tree where it all started. Breathe up. Good, good. So there you have it.